I never get lonely. I got these goals to keep me company. I took the rear view off of this so forward, so I only see in front of me.
Welcome back to Candy Adventures. I'm Chris.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And if you've been following us for any time, you know the last video we were in Baja, Mexico, where we ran into about 50,000 instances of bad luck.
And then as soon as we started driving this road, it starts raining and it gets muddy.
And now we're stuck like that. But we just got pulled over for the motorcycle in the front, so that would be a bummer. I'm not a huge fan of the government and having to stop every 100 miles or...
And they just tear through all your stuff. They went through all the bags, all the cupboards.
That's the second time that we've had all our stuff gone through, and we've been here for 48 hours.
That ripped off of our camper?
Yep. This is a hole.
It's this whole thing.
Yeah. And we also had somebody try to get in our truck. We had, I think I was being set up for some kind of scam. We talked to a local guy who said there was a really good beach around the corner.
Yeah.
Then when we went around the corner, there was a person blocking the road, and then the person blocking the road tried to like keep us there, and the other guy walked behind me, and that guy tried to get in the car.
It was very uncomfortable, so we definitely just hightailed it out of Mexico.
That was my last straw.
Yeah.
So right now we are currently in the great state of Texas.
Now the past is out of sight and out of mind. Swore I'd change, now I'm back chasing these white lines.
We're here in God's country. And we are driving on the beach. In fact, as this video's been going, we have went from pavement to sand.
So we got the next best thing is camping on the beach in Texas.
We're on Padre Island.
So it's all primitive camping, and it is 60 miles, and you can camp anywhere in that 60 miles.
It's late. I'm tired. I think I'm going to have a Bud Light, a well-deserved one. I don't think we've stopped driving for like 2 days. We're wearing the same clothes.
I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone.
All right, so we found some dorky stuff on the beach. Elisabeth wants to share, so let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick.
I've never seen one in person. It's a man-of-war. It's pretty small. I'm not gonna touch it. A lot of jellyfish, even after they're dead, they can still sting for a few hours.
It's not actually a jellyfish.
Wow. What is it then?
It's actually a colony.
Of?
Nerd alert. I don't know, something.
I think the stinging cells, if I remember correctly, are called nematocytes, and they like bury into your skin. And so when people say to pee on a jellyfish sting, it's because of the heat of the urine and not because of like the urine itself. It's to try to like denature or break down those nematocytes. So you really need like hot water, like just as much as you can stand before it burns you. We don't have to worry about that because I'm not going to touch it though.
All right, back to the truck. It's getting dark. Hopefully we can still find a cool camp spot. Not all sand is created equal. And we're about 5 miles down this beach right now. Here on Padre Island, we just passed a lot of RVs and people pulling campers and fifth wheels. And this sand is so hard packed down. You don't need four-wheel drive. You don't need high clearance. We've seen
Toyota Camrys
and the Toyota Priuses coming up and down the beach, like no problem. So there's a sign at the 5 mile mark that says you probably should have four-wheel drive to go beyond this point.
I'm gonna just film you doing this.
Oh yeah.
You're doing a really good job.
It's the only kind of job I know how to do.
Good one.
This feels counterintuitive. Usually on this channel, we're digging ourselves out of a hole. We're here, we're literally digging a hole for ourselves to back into. Gonna get Mona fed. She's super excited. She gets really confused because the time zones keep changing, and she bases when it's time to eat off of the sun's location, not on human time. So she's very excited to eat. her awful food that smells awful because she's allergic to everything. She eats almost 100% fish-based food, which smells ridiculous. So we like to feed her outside because it smells like 100% fish-based food. And this is fish powder that we put on top of it, which is, again, fish-based and smells horrible. Okay, go ahead, good girl. Good girl. We found a net when we were pulling up to this spot, laying on the beach with literally no one around for miles. So we did score a net, which is awesome.
So some of the reviews for this island, including in their brochure itself, talk about the abundance of trash. This island is directly on the Gulf, and so trash just washes up all the time, which makes it kind of fun to treasure hunt.
Yeah, we're not far from Mexico. Most of the trash, I guess, comes from Mexico. And just right down the hill here is the Mexican border, so.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. We have our surf rods ready to go. They're hooked up into our surf rack, which you watched us build before we came out here. And then we just stopped at the gas station and we got some squid. So I'm very excited to do a catch and cook tomorrow of whatever may be in the surf. Probably, I think I looked it up, it's mostly small fish. So we're excited, we got bait. We're literally moments away. We're not early risers, so we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to put shoes on. It's just the beach is literally 15 feet right over here.
Yes.
Super awesome spot.
Wow!
Good morning. We just got here and crashed, and kind of like I thought, we didn't get up super early. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's super warm outside, which is nice.
It is the warmest weather we've experienced for a long time, so I'm excited.
The waves are very rough, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm gonna try to get out here in the surf and hopefully catch a fish. I don't know if we have enough lead weight to keep our bait still though, because it is really rough. I'll show you in just a second. But we got up, we made our little oatmeal, not oatmeal, which is barley, which we didn't know, but you can exchange for
oatmeal. It's about the same. And then we mix in a can of fried apples, which is just apples with cinnamon and sugar.
So we're loaded up with apples and sugar, instant coffee, generic brand, and I'm ready to go stand in this surf and get beaten up all day for you guys.
And I'm just gonna watch and hold the camera.
Don't mind the noise. We got our Starlink running because we're uploading our last video from Mexico last night. Here's our little setup. We leave our generator hooked on the back when we're out like this, just because it's so easy. And then we just plug our generator into the side of our truck with our 30 amp plug. Got our Starlink hooked up so we could upload our video last night.
This is good tanning time.
Yeah, it's good tanning time. But let me show you the surf. The surf is a little bit rough. Gonna give it a shot, see what happens. The water's still cold. It's deceptively warm, but the water is frigid because it is February. With our missing tie-down attachment, which goes here on our new hull, because we're not using this anymore, we have this tie-down point now free to use from Mona's cable. So when we're not watching her, we can hook her up. Now, if you've ever seen the movie National Lampoon's Vacation, and you remember the scene where Chevy Chase ties the family dog up there.
Ow! Dinky! Hello, officer. What's the problem?
You know what the penalty for animal cruelty is in this state.
Oh, you can't think I'd do this on purpose, sir.
Poor little guy. Probably kept up with you for a mile or so.
I think about that every time we tie her up to the bumper.
Will we get to ride the motorcycle?
We may ride the motorcycle.
Maybe a little farther up the beach?
Maybe we go, yeah, a little farther up the beach. It's still pretty soft sand here. We might go up a little farther north on the beach where it's a little more packed in. Okay, we got a bottom rig here. I got a 5-ounce weight. That's the heaviest lead we got with the little double hooks on here. Whatever's in the surf's probably not gonna be super big, I'm guessing. Pompano or southern kingfish, or I heard them called whitefish, whiting. And we got our squid bait here, and I'm just gonna cut up some small pieces of this and put them on here, and hopefully the bait stays on. The surf is so rough. I do like squid because it seems to stay on the hook a little better, especially when it's super rough like this, where shrimp and stuff seem to just kind of fall apart and come off the hook. It's sunny out today, but the surf is still very, very cold. And I don't have waders. I don't feel like getting super wet, but I would like to cast at least out over the first set of breakers here. Oh, Chico. Yeet. That's a pretty good yeet. All right. We'll see what happens. I can just feel the weight rolling across the bottom of the ocean. The surf floor here is so hard and it's so rough. The weight doesn't sit anywhere for any amount of time. You can feel that triangle rolling across the bottom, coming back in. Surf is super rough right now, and we're on a kind of a narrow part of the beach, and there's not a lot of space in front of us in between the ocean and the front of the truck. There's enough space for like people to drive by and everything, but not quite enough for my comfort zone because I don't know what the tide chart's supposed to be today. So I think we might break down camp here and head back up north a couple miles, and the beach gets a little bit wider, and just give a little more buffer zone. So I think we're gonna break everything down real quick and see if our luck gets any better up there.
DGI ain't got nothing on drone Elisabeth.
So you'll see Elisabeth's dedication to the cause here. She is running up this dune in the distance to get a shot of us coming by because we can't use drones. So go ahead and give a like and subscribe for all the effort.
When you work around the drone restrictions, you just have someone run with a camera.
These pills pretend to be my friend. I'm done for the last time. I'm lying to myself again. I always say that. Now I'm on my way back.
So we actually escaped the ocean side. The tide was coming up almost all the way to the dunes, and it looks like all of the people that were primitive camping completely left except for 2 very brave RVs. But yeah, we're on the south side and we're gonna try our luck. There's a bunch of mullet, but you're not able to catch those on a hook and line. But what I do here is an ice cream truck. That was a little bit of a steep ice cream price. It was $5, but yeah, we're on vacation or whatever, so $5 ice cream is fine. And he gave us a handful of double bubble gum. Did you wait in to get your ice cream?
Yeah. What is it?
It's one of those drumsticks.
Whoa.
But I figured if you're just standing here waiting for a bite, you might as well enjoy some ice cream.
I don't think I've ever had ice cream from an ice cream truck. Probably just a crab picking off the bait, so I have to walk all the way back to the truck and put some more on, but at least there's something out there other than mullet. There's tons of mullet here. If we got a cast net, we'd eat dinner in a heartbeat.
We have relocated after no fishing success in the lagoon side or the bay side back to the ocean side, but we're on a different beach that is much wider so that the tide isn't coming up to where your camper would be. But we have found out it is the college beach, hang out, and we feel really old. Feels weird, but the surf is still really rough on this side.
Been biting at my bait for an hour and the sun's going down. I'm gonna put this guy back. Try again.
Look at that full belly on that thing.
These little catfish, like all catfish, they got barbs in there and they will jab you. And it's unpleasant. But he's going back. The same fish. No, it's a little bigger, but still, I'm still holding out for a whiting. Fat little bellies. You wouldn't think there's these little catfish in the surf, but there are. And you can see he's trying to jab me with his arms.
Are you trying to get the fish juice? You already have fish dog food with fish powder on top. And you're trying to get this nasty, smelly, stinky squid juice. Whoa!
Hey, this is a pretty good size one. These are, I think they call them southern kingfish here. I've always heard them called whiting. They live in the surf. They're, I think they're a croaker family. They look kind of like a redfish with this big soft drum mouth, but these are really good to eat. I don't think I'm going to keep this one, eat this one, but if we're in these, we'll probably keep some of these and eat them. So.
That's a really good size.
Yeah, they don't get real big.
As the sun's going down and it's getting a little bit colder, we've traded the college crowd with the sweater fishing crowd. So maybe this will be more promising, but at least we're catching some.
If he's a little bigger, we'd eat him, but...
Wow!
Wrong way.
Ocean's the other way, sir! Whoa!
Wrong way. Body's too flat for the flat water. There you go. There you go. Today was a hard bust. We mostly just caught little catfish, small permit, and a couple of the small southern kingfish. So, canned meat. And we have some little tortillas, and we have our little teeny tiny George Foreman grill thing. We're kind of on a wing and a prayer because we ran out of places to go. So we're backed as close as we can get up to the dunes, and the ocean out there is very loud. I know you can't see it, but the ocean is where the black is, and this is where our camper is. So the ocean, the black is right here, our truck is right here. Look at that dinner. It's like an adult Lunchable. Woo! This video was kind of this series was kind of our last ditch effort at YouTube. I've been looking at the military again because this channel's not really working. We pretty much dumped everything we wanted to do in the last 4 years into this channel, and our subscribers just aren't growing. We don't get the views. We can't get in the algorithm. I'm not sure why, but leave in the comments down below. Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space Force, it's all on the table. The Army right now has the highest signing bonus, so if anybody's interested in that debate, which one's better down in the bottom. I was in the Army before, but I've been out so long, I don't care which branch I go back into. So any thoughts while we're eating our sad poor sandwich, hoping not to get washed into the ocean, on which branch of service would be the best? Rick, I don't know. Now that's a true Valentine's dinner right there. On the beach.
Ooh. Ooh. That sauce is really good.
Ooh.
The heart wants what it wants.
Good morning. It's some otherworldly looking weather here, very apocalyptic looking. In the meantime, our diesel heater's broke, so I'm trying to make some warm breakfast, and so let's go get in on that and figure out if we're gonna stay here or not. For breakfast, you know we love coffee, so we have only the best. Got our water on the boil. Got our classic instant roast. If you don't drink instant, you're not drinking anything. And then for our aging bones, and because I might be joining the military soon, I got my collagen, so I'm trying to keep my knees healthy so I can do one more basic training. And we splurged. We've only been eating the food we bought from that grocery store, that expired grocery store, over a month ago. So we splurged at the gas station and got some of these, and I can't explain to you how excited I am for this. It seems silly, but I'm very excited for this. So let's heat these up. So there's our breakfast of champions to get us ready for a miserable day that's probably going to rain on us all day. Hopefully not. And the weather looks terrible. We've caught some fish. I keep holding out for a nice slot redfish or trout. I don't think it's going to happen. I may just have to be happy with the fish that we've caught already.
This is incredibly eerie, ominous weather. There's just this mist and fog in the air. This is how wet it is outside. There's just like little beads of moisture.
It's a very moist morning here at the beach.
Say it one more time just for the people.
It's a very moist morning here in Texas.
Even the dog is moist. So Chris has been fishing for a little over 2 hours now, and the sun is starting to come out a little bit. The fog's lifting up just a little bit. While Chris is fishing, Mona and I are doing a little bit of exploring, and there's a lot of crab holes like any other beach, but there are these larger holes, and they're actually burrows of Padre Island kangaroo rats. And if you look, you can see their little paw prints everywhere, and they come out at night and eat like grass seeds and stuff. But it's very impressive to see how far they can jump for their little size, and you can tell just from the little tracks in the sand. So this is one of the burrows, and you can see their little footprints. So you can see these set of tracks. So boop, jump, boop, jump, boop. It's about a foot length, which is pretty impressive for a little rodent.
And they're making me really nervous because they're so foamy you don't really see them. But
Ooh!
I'm really nervous about getting busted on these.
No. That's been all around your feet today?
I keep seeing them, but I had one wash up beside me. That one washed up real close. And I've been stung by regular jellyfish, but never by a man-o-war, and I don't want to.
They're notorious for being the most painful.
That's kind of my luck, and our luck this trip especially, so. There's that bad boy sitting there. It washed up right beside me. Makes me very nervous. I don't like getting wet, and so if you ever seen that old episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza jumps over a curb very daintily, over a puddle very daintily, that's how I jump through the surf to keep my underwear dry. It doesn't fully work, but I still do it. Well, we woke up this morning to some pretty horrible weather and some pretty horrible news. We need to go back to North Carolina and attend to some unfortunate family-related issues.
So, we're gonna wrap it up here. The beach was amazing, and I'm really glad that we found this spot. We'd never been here before, and we definitely want to come back. There's a lot of fishing in a small town, and it's really nice.
Yeah, this is Padre Island is amazing. We love Texas so far, and especially love this part of Texas. Very similar to the Outer Banks on the east coast of North Carolina.
Yeah.
So sad that we have to go, but we do need to go back to North Carolina. So we're gonna hop in the truck for about 20 hours and get back there and hopefully see everyone for the next video.
Yeah, I think while we're going to North Carolina anyway, we'll try to do the truck camper repair there. We'll see what we can do and hopefully get it back on its legs.
Yep, so we're gonna limp it back and suffer through this 20-hour long nonstop drive. So we'll see you guys next time. And remember to keep on rock bottoming.
And thank you to all of the people that subscribe, like, comment, donate, have bought our merch. You've been limping this channel along the whole time. We probably wouldn't have kept going if it weren't for you guys. So it really does make a difference when you subscribe and comment, and you know, we're still trying to make this thing work. So thank you, it means a lot.